Excited to chat with our next guest right here, JB Harris, co-founder of EcoClean, and Katie Jo Carringer. I got it right, marketing director. Thank you. I'm loving it. We've been talking just a little bit behind the scenes. If people don't know what Eco Solutions are, tell us a little bit about the genesis and what they do and how they're impacting the region.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Thank you so much for having us on too and helping us get our message out. A few years ago, I was a bartender at the Tiki Bar at Round Hill Pines, of all places, a couple days a week, and I was just really frustrated with how the state of our beaches were here in Tahoe. We live in one of the most beautiful places in the entire world. And the efforts that we make to keep up with the levels of tourism that come into the community don't scale to the need of the problem. So I knew something had to be done about this issue. I'm out there every day watching things left behind. I'm picking it up, and I felt like Sisyphus pushing the rock up the hill. You'll never pick up the last piece of trash. So I scoured the world, and I found the Bebot out of a company out of Eastern France. And it was the only beach cleaning machine we were able to get through the regulations that the TRPA puts forth for protecting our beaches. So we now have the only mechanical beach cleaning operation in all of Lake Tahoe.
It is special. I've seen the work done on the videos, and if you haven't seen it, go see some of the work in the videos that they do. How does the Bebot work now? Because I know it churns up certain things that are happening, or I mean, that are underneath the surface of the sand a little bit. How deep does it go, and what's actually happening with the Bebot?
Yeah, that's also a really good question, because you see it and you don't really understand kind of how the sausage is made.
Like, what's happening?
So it has a grate on the back that gyrates back and forth.
Okay.
The sand falls through, returns back to the beach. All the foreign material and everything comes back up into the hopper. But with that process, what we've realized that was just so interesting to us, and it was a problem we didn't know really was there, is the amount of trash that is subsurface on our beaches. So we found through efforts with the League to Save Lake Tahoe and demonstrations that we've done with them, that for every one piece of waste that's on our beaches, we found 10 below the surface that were previous unrecoverable until we had a Bebot, until we were able to get under that surface of the sand. So what we tell people is we've been able to take beach cleaning from 2-dimensional, volunteers cleaning up the surface of the sand, to 3-dimensional, where we're getting below the surface of the sand, and we found a hidden issue that was just lying under our feet.
Yeah, literally. I love it, the genesis of, you're out there at Round Hill Beach, which I get fascinated by these stories, certainly on a Motivational Monday, but the idea that he's like, I need to do something. And you reached out, and all of a sudden you're talking to people in France, bringing this here. Now, where do you do most of this, and what specific kind of impact are you seeing? Like, are there certain pounds of trash that you're seeing?
Yeah, so in our operations, we like to say we do a lot of a little. Okay. So last year we cleaned over 1 million square feet of beach here in the Lake Tahoe region, took out over 30,000 pieces of small waste. The volunteers are really good about picking up the big stuff. The big stuff is hard to get buried. Right. Like a cup isn't going to sink under 2 inches of sand, but a small straw, pieces of plastic, we found corners are an issue. Right. So the overall weight of what we did is nominal, right? It's not very big. But when you look at the impact of what we've done, removing 30,000 pieces of trash, they're typically low quality plastics that were just left to degrade in the environment. I feel like the impact is strong and the numbers are staggering.
Hugely strong. I mean, because we talk about even the microplastics to get in there. All this just really kind of snowballs in the fact you're just bringing it in and take it in. Now you do a lot on the North Shore. We talked about that, and we'd love to see it all around the lake and certainly around the world. You know, because you're over there getting it from France. What kind of collaborative partners are you looking for? How can they reach out and show them how this can be done? I saw some of these events that you've had on the North Shore.
Yeah, Katie is the expert in that area.
Oh, okay, Katie.
One thing to add to JB's comment is that we consider the Bebot like the last line of defense against litter before it gets into the lake. Okay. You know, and each year we're like losing our legendary lake clarity, so Bebot is a tool that helps us keep that lake clarity. Working with partners like Keep Tahoe Blue, the North Tahoe Community Alliance, IVGID, a lot of North Shore partners, just getting behind supporting our efforts has been huge to our success, and we feel like everyone can be a part of the solution as EcoClean Solutions. If you can get out and volunteer and help support organizations like the League to Save Lake Tahoe. Yesterday we were out at the summit, which was incredible, and it was incredible to see organizations from all over the lake that are helping, protect this lake for future generations. And it really takes collaboration and everyone coming together to step up and say, let's take care of this lake. Let's keep it beautiful for future generations.
Amen. And okay, before we go, what's the best way people can reach out, maybe a collaboration, more insight to be able to work with you?
Just come meet us where we're at. We put all of our cleanings up on the website.
Okay.
And we love the community get involved. One of the biggest things we try to do is create just grassroots support for the project, engage with the public. we're longtime locals, and we want to preserve this place for the future generations to come.
Amen.
I know it's cliche to say, but this isn't our lake, it's just our turn. So to
Yep.
get the kids out there driving the robot, understand the issue, I think is the most beneficial thing we can do. Because we're working hard right now, but this lake's been here for millions of years and hopefully for millions more.
You got it. Thank you, JB. Thank you, Katie, for sharing the love,
Thanks,
sharing the
Sean.
story, and all you do for our community. Thank
thanks,
you for
Sean.
sharing that.
Awesome.